I just moved to a new city and state, and this was years ago, by the way, and I was due for my yearly GYN appointment. So I did what everybody does: is I looked at people, providers in my health insurance plan. It was a new plan because I just moved, new job, etc. And I found a GYN. I went for my yearly annual, and I remember feeling this sense of creepiness. Yeah. I remember, and I've never had this feeling since, and that was the only time I ever felt this way, but I remember during that entire exam, during that entire visit, I felt creeped out. I didn't feel right. I didn't feel good. I felt uncomfortable. And the best word to describe the uncomfortableness that I felt was creepy. Now, the doctor technically did nothing wrong. There was nothing to report to the medical board. Nothing happened. Nothing like that. But I just remember inside not feeling right. I remember driving home from that visit still feeling creeped out. It was just something about that encounter, that place, that doctor, that day, you name it, and it didn't sit well with me. And I decided then I would never go back to that doctor, and I never did. You know, guys, if a doctor or a doctor's environment or what have you, if it makes you feel creepy, if you feel creeped out by your doctor, please don't see them again. Please find yourself another doctor. You know, the same thing goes in life as well. You know, if there's someone in your life that you find creepy or creeps you out, and I know that's a weird word to keep using, but that's the best word I can use to describe how I felt that day, which is I just felt creeped out. That's the best way I can describe it. But it's the same thing in life. If someone around you makes you feel creepy, you probably should put some distance there and reevaluate the relationship you have with them. The reason why is because you deserve better. You don't deserve to feel creeped out when you go to the doctor, or uncomfortable or weird or weirded out. So that is one reason, one definitive reason where you should like literally run and not walk away from the doctor if that's how you feel. Guys, we're talking about 5 times in which you should fire your doctor, 5 signs that your doctor is not right for you. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, practicing family physician, on-air health expert, and video creator. The second instance rather, that you should leave is if your doctor shames you. If you feel shamed in the company of your doctor, and remember, shame doesn't have to come in just the form of words. Most of the time, it doesn't come in the form of words. It may come in the form of body language, gestures, nonverbal cues, grunts, grimaces, sounds that we make, facial expressions, silence or lack thereof. I mean, shame presents itself and manifests itself in different ways. All that matters is that you know when you feel shame, don't you? We all do. Shame is a very powerful emotion, and we know when we feel it. And if you feel shamed or shameful when you're in the presence of your doctor, that's not a good fit, because once again, you deserve more and you deserve better. The next thing is if your doctor doesn't listen to you, okay? That means if you can't get a word in edgewise, if they don't ask you questions about yourself, your condition, what's going on with you, if they don't seem to listen when you talk about it, their head is always turned towards the computer. And yes, that's a reality of today's world. But if they never look at you, you don't feel heard, right? And that's the biggest thing, is how is it that you feel? Do you feel like you're being listened to, or do you not? And if you don't, once again, run, don't walk to find another doctor. You deserve to be listened to. Same thing in a relationship, right? I mean, I think many of us want partners who we feel listen to us and take into consideration how we feel, and we want to feel heard and have a voice. That same thing exists with your doctor's relationship. The doctor-patient relationship is just that. It's a relationship. It's very important. Fourth time and fourth situation where you should leave your doctor, and with this one I say leave them fast, is if you don't trust their medical advice. Above all, that's what we're there to do. And if you don't trust what we're saying, what advice we're giving, what medical recommendations we're making, well, then you might as well, you should have been long gone. Okay. And it doesn't necessarily have to be because of your own input. Maybe you've read reviews online, and I would caution you about online reviews because we tend to get extremes with those. But I'm just putting this out there because you might be the type of person that is heavily swayed by online reviews. And that's fair. Maybe it is what you've heard from other people. Maybe it's what you feel yourself. It doesn't really matter what makes you feel like you don't trust your doctor. The most important thing is whether you trust them or not, right? Because sometimes you can't pinpoint exactly why we feel the way we do. We just know we feel that way. But the bottom line is, if you don't trust your doctor, please don't see them. See someone you do trust. Medical care and health is hard enough. The last thing you need on top of that is someone you don't trust. And the final thing is simply if your personalities don't mix or match. Once again, this is a relationship. Doctors have personalities too. Maybe your doctor whistles all the time, or maybe they like to tell stories or tell jokes or whatever. I have this thing, I love to talk about handbags when it's appropriate, when there's time. I mean, whatever the case may be. I'm sure there's someone out there who does not like that. I'm not the right doctor for everyone. I know that. And that is something I want every one of you to understand, is that you have the right to pick the doctor and to choose the doctor that makes sense for you, that you drive with, that you get along with. I'm not saying it's got to be everything's coming up, roses and sunshine every day, but the point being is you should be comfortable. It should be a good match. It should make sense to you. You shouldn't leave scratching your head or feeling confused or shamed or embarrassed or creepy or whatever. This is your health after all. You're the most important part of this equation. Your doctor is important too, but remember, you're at the center of this care. So above all, and by the way, there are plenty of other reasons to fire your doctor. And doctors, I love you. We are all in this together, but this is a good reminder for all of us to make sure that we are doing our very best by our patients each and every day. Guys, I hope this is helpful. I really, really want to know your stories. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Does this resonate? Does it not? Do you agree? Do you not? And I also want to hear not just from those of you who are patients, but I also want to hear from doctors, healthcare providers as well. What do you think about what I'm saying? Have you encountered this healthcare providers yourself? I told the story about me and the GYN that I saw. I've had, a couple of experiences with doctors over the years. So I want to know, how this resonates with you. And also, for those of you who are patients, I think it's always helpful to give suggestions. Let us know what would make things better in the office for you as patients. What suggestions do you have? I want to know. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, practicing family physician, on-air health expert, and video creator. If you've not subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do so. Also, please click the little bell for updates and consider joining my subscription groups as well for exclusive content. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen. I'll see you soon.